If you've been dreaming of traveling more but simply can't find money for it in the budget or the time to plan, you're going to want to listen to Russell Hannon's story. He's the author of Stop Dreaming, Start Traveling, the ultimate guide to traveling more and spending less.
Stop dreaming, start traveling. We are so lucky to have Russell Hannon.
When it comes to travel, a recent trip advisory survey found 1 in 3 travelers expect to spend more on traveling, which is bad this year, than last. That's why we brought in the budget travel expert, Russell Hannon.
Expedia is offering 90% off hotels, 90% for hotels booked using their app Monday.
Write that down.
Well, you know, one way you can save money,
yes,
and we've spoken with this gentleman before, is to start traveling, but stop dreaming, but save your cash flow, because this is the ultimate guide to traveling more and spending less.
A funny story about some of those media clips that you were watching is, came to find out one reason I was getting so much publicity when my book came out, that they were talking about Stop Dreaming, Start Traveling, is that the producers and hosts of a lot of those shows were planning their own trips, and they were having me on to find ways to save money on their own personal travel. So I'll share one story with you. There was a radio show that I was on in Florida, and the radio host kept me on the line after the call, and during the commercial break he patched into me and he was saying, "Sorry, but we ran out of time and couldn't get a check bag fees. What's the 5 ways to get around check bag fees that you always talk about?" And so we're not even on the air, and I start rattling these tips off, and basically what he's doing, he's saying, slow down, and I've got this vision of him writing them down. He says, "Okay, I'm ready for the next one." And anyway, I get that a lot, and with you know, or in the same spirit as that radio show host, I assume you want to travel more in 2017 without having to pay more. And whether you've been holding off and taking a dream trip due to the cost, or perhaps you're coming back from trips to these big credit card statements and you're saying, you know, I just don't know if I can afford to take these big trips very often. They're just so expensive. If any of this relates to you, there's no better place for you to be than right here, right now. And I'm sure when you look back at the single biggest factor influencing your ability to travel in 2017 from a cost perspective, that these next 45 minutes are going to be it. So with that, basically what we're going to do today is we're discussing 99 ways to cut your travel costs. I can't speak to all 99 in 45 minutes, which is why you've all got a handout. We put a handout on just about every seat. It's got 99 budget travel tips, and that is your golden ticket when you plan a trip to saving hours of planning and hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on every trip that you plan. It's got all the information you need there. Even also, there's a draw that we're having. You'll see there's probably a paper clip with a little tag in the back. And so we're going to do a draw at the end of this. But really, whether you're a 5-star traveler, a backpacker, or anywhere in between, is we're going to cover it all, so no need to worry about that. And the goal is when you leave today, you'll be able to quickly and easily find the best and least expensive travel options for you online. So just before we start, a bit about me, because my story's a bit different than what you might expect, is I, for years, felt I couldn't afford to travel. And when I finally started, I would just settle for taking 1 big trip a year, often saved up for months prior to that trip, and got back and spent a few more months paying off the balance. And I made the mistake of thinking the travel was inherently expensive, that it has to be expensive. And ironically, my day job is to find ways to get better results in less time using less money. I work in lean management, and I said, there's got to be a way that I can use this toward travel, to travel more and spend less using leverage. To leverage the best travel websites, well, first I have to find out what they are, and leverage them with these best price guarantees that I hear of, price drop protection, credit card travel rewards, loyalty programs, business travel, which I do a lot of, and how do you leverage that all together to quickly and easily find the best and least expensive price? And that's really a key note I want you to take away, is the difference between saving a little and saving a lot of money is the difference between using 1 tip in that handout that you have when you plan your next trip, or using 10 to 12 tips. Using leverage to really multiply your savings.